Hi, this is Dave, Fella Running Guide. Welcome to another navigation task. This week we're in the Lake District, and what I want you to identify is the point from which this photo was taken, and also can you identify the feature circled in red. So this feature here. So there's our photograph using the Ordnance Survey 1 to 25,000 map. And there is our map. So let's have a look at the photograph in a bit more detail to start with. And what can we see? Well, we're on high rocky ground looking down to an obvious lake. We can see that lake's got quite a distinctive shape, tapers off narrow to the right hand end as we look, and tapers to the left hand end as well, but it's a bit more pointy on the right as we look at it. And we've got a stream that runs down and drains in towards this side, or down towards the lake on this side, and then from the feature that we're looking for, another obvious stream draining down in, and it just drains in on this broad side here down towards the pointing end as we look. We can't quite see whether there's any water feature just coming to this right hand side of the pointing end here, and there also may be another stream junction there, flowing off to the left as we look. And we've got this obvious area of scree on the left hand side of this stream as we look, and then high steep rocky ground immediately beyond the lake, or we'll call it a tarn as we're in the Lake District. So that's what we're looking for. Let's have a look at the map. We've got two tarns to choose from, both similar in shape, I suppose. We've got Sprinkling Tarn here and Styhead Tarn there. Now, we were looking steeply down onto that tarn, weren't we? So if we have a look at Styhead, we've got steep ground to this side rising up, steep ground to this side rising up, and we've also got a stream draining down towards it, stream draining out of it, stream draining in there, and another stream draining in here. If we have a look at Sprinkling Tarn, we have got some slightly higher ground to the northwest of it, but it doesn't run very steeply down into it. And then beyond to the east, if we look, this is actually draining, or the land's falling away, so that doesn't meet the profile of the ground around it. And also if we look at this tarn, we haven't really got any streams draining down towards it or into it or out of it. So you see at these corners there's no drainage in or out, whereas at this one we've got drainage here coming in and drainage here coming out. So it looks like we're looking at Styhead Tarn. So let's have another look at the photo and see if that's correct. So yeah, I can see there, that's the drainage out. This is the junction here, this stream running in, and then this stream, as we said, joining the top end of this long side, and there'll be another stream coming in here. So we're looking at Styhead Tarn, pointing the pointy end to the right as we look. So there's the pointy end as I'm describing it, and we couldn't quite see this feature draining in. It's slightly obscured, but we can see this stream draining in towards this broader side, and then we've got the drainage out of the tarn, and that other stream that we saw running away from us goes down and joins there. So we are looking onto Styhead Tarn from somewhere up in this location, and we were looking for a feature that was up this stream here, running out of the the east or the southeast side of the tarn. So let's go back and have a look, see if we can identify the feature. If we trace this stream out, there's a bend in it, steepens, and we can see it goes into quite a steep gully, and we've actually got a Y shape where you can see that stream split. So we're looking for a Y-shaped stream in a steep gully that then drains in. So what about that feature there? You can see the Y shape, you can see the kink in the contours, the V shape, indicating that it's steep ground, and quite a deep cleft in the hillside really, and then draining down, there's the bend in the stream, and then it drains in to there. So that's fine. The feature isn't too difficult to identify. Maybe a little bit hard is working out how high or whereabouts up here we are. So if we look at this feature, the index contour goes through it. This is the 500 meter contour, and from the photograph it feels like we're looking down onto that feature, so we've got to be above 500 meters. So here is our 500 meter contour. Let me just drag the map a little bit. There's the 500 meter contour there, so we've got to be certainly above this height here. Now, can we work out exactly where we are or get a better idea of the height that we're at? Well, let's look carefully at this stream feature. We can see that there's a path that comes up and comes up, and we actually cross over the stream at that point there. So it goes from being on the south side to the north side, and then this stream actually disappears here at that point, which is probably 630 meters. So can you see how the stream disappears? I'll just zoom in slightly so we can see. So there's the path crossing the stream at that point, this black dotted line, black dash line, and there at that point there, 630 meters, the stream finishes. So let's see that on the photograph. So we can see the stream quite obviously coming up here. We can see the path coming up, and it looks like at this point here the stream actually disappears, and we've just got this sort of scree gully coming down above that point there. I've zoomed in a little bit on the photograph here, so you can see that in a bit more clearly. So here you can see the stream emerging, and we can see the path here on the left hand bank as we look. We can't actually see the path crossing over onto the side down here, but if you look carefully, what you might be able to see here is that the path crosses back again and then continues on this side. Now it depends on whether you've got good resolution on your phone to be able to zoom in or on your computer screen, but we can see that. But even if we don't zoom in, we can see that this point here is the point where the stream emerges. So let's go back to the map and see what elevation that is at. Yeah, so that's there, 630 meters, and the photograph shows we're still quite a decent height above that, so we're looking down quite a way onto that feature there. So we're definitely above this point here, and then there, look, the path crosses or comes back on the maybe on the left hand side of the gully, so that crossing over there. Now it's quite difficult to judge elevation from a photograph to say how much higher we are than a given point, but we're certainly above 630 meters, which is there. And the other thing to note is that this gully is off away to our left slightly, so we're not actually in the gully or in the head of the gully looking straight down it. We're slightly above and to the right of it as we look. So back to the map. So we've got to be up and left. We can't be in this actual high point here in the gully. We've got to be slightly to the west of that. Another thing we can do is we could imagine walking in a straight line from us to that feature circled, and if we were to do so, we would just clip this right hand side of the tarn as we look at it. So if we draw a line back from that feature, clip the right hand side of the tarn as we look, that puts us somewhere up here just to the right of Aaron's Slack, so somewhere along this line. And the photograph was actually taken from this point here, just coming down off the summit of Great Gable, down some very rocky ground, and we were looking over towards Stye Head. So from here over there to that feature there. So those people who've done the Bob Graham round will probably be familiar with that. We're on leg 4 of the Bob Graham. I'm just looking over there. So that was where the photo was taken from. That was a feature. Hope you got it right. Hope you learned something about working out elevation rather than just looking at photo and trying to imagine how high it feels. We need to look at some of the features. In this case, we were looking at where that stream finished, knowing that we're above and to the right of that. Anyway, that's all for me for this week. Look out for next week's navigation task. Bye for now.